Hello everyone, this is HES here, back with some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Storm. Nope, it's Bronze League Heroes! That was just to get out the imposters who are only here for Bronze League Heroes, as they would have already left. They're like, well, this isn't what I intended to see. Anyways, it is Bronze League Heroes, where we cast the very best of the very worst. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. Down in the bottom left side, it is going to be the one and only WesleySnipes. Apparently he has stopped his acting career and is now just going to be playing StarCraft 2. And then up in the top right side, it's going to be CLCCCCC's Hoax. I think I said that name absolutely correctly, but we already have some peculiar probe movement on the way, as Hoax is going to be putting his pylon down on the low ground, as we do have WesleySnipes going to be moving up to the top right side with his probe already. Now, keep in mind that this probe has been spotted, so if he wants to go for some sort of proxy, he's not hiding it very well. Then again, it is Bronze League Heroes. We'll see if Hoax actually has the APM required to stop this. And considering that he's currently sitting at 10 APM, why is that APM moving? You see that it it's actually moving even though it was 0. Either way, it's 0 APM there for Hoax in this amazing APM race. But the whole point of Bronze League Heroes is to cast the very best of the very worst, to make you guys realize that you do not need to be a professional StarCraft player to enjoy playing StarCraft 2. You know what? Every level of play on this game is absolutely fun. And right now we have a Forge Fast Expand from Hoax here. It is time for a pro tip of the day. Never Forge Fast Expand in a PvP. I don't care who you are or what you're trying to pull. This is a build that is immediately countered by a Warp Prism. Trust me, guys, I've tried to make it work. Oh, WesleySnipes right now actually going to be going for the... Wait, we're getting a Gateway Forge. Isn't that what was happening in the last game for one of the Protoss? Didn't he go Gateway Forge, delayed Cannon Rush? I think it was even on this map. Oh my god. Is this the Bronze League hero meta right now? Is this just what players are doing in Bronze League, just every single game? Okay, well, we have quite the meta going on right now. It's, oh wait, there's a pylon down here as well. WesleySnipes could very easily spot this. What is that pylon for? I honestly don't even know. There is going to be a probe kind of moving inside the main base here, though, to see exactly what is going on. And there is quite a bit going on, actually. Another gateway going to be added. I feel like this is the exact same build we saw in that last video, unless I'm just having deja vu. Like, this is eerily similar. I'm actually kind of weirded out right now. And what's interesting is these two replays were sent in two different replay packs that Invictus sent me, and I randomly clicked on them differently at completely different times. And I honestly just went for this one because I saw the name WesleySnipes, and I'm like, who doesn't love WesleySnipes? Now, when I saw this replay, I actually did look up WesleySnipes because the name made me laugh so hard that I had to look it up. He is apparently the only WesleySnipes on all of StarCraft 2. There's no other WesleySnipes, no other character named WesleySnipes. So I'm going to be cheering for him just based on the fact that his name is that of the actor. But at the same time, Hoax is kind of a cool name as well. He was hard to look up just because it's a much more common word. But we do have Hoax now. Right now, going to be going for a gateway, and he actually has a Nexus on the way. That pylon is still going to be chilling out right there, but neither of these players really opting to do a whole lot in this game other than just cannon rushing each other or throwing pylons at each other. It does look like WesleySnipes, so going to continue with that cannon rush. Now over here, Hoax, actually if he went for the Mothership Core, could have been able to deal with this cannon rush quite easily, but for now the pros just going to get taken out. They're trying to chase each other, but that doesn't work very well when you're going up against a cannon right now, so Hoax is going to be out of a mining location pretty darn soon. The cannons are going to be covering each other. So Snipes, also what's interesting right now is WesleySnipes could put a cannon right here that locks down all of these mineral patches, or at least these 4, I believe. And that's going to mean that he can't actually mine at any point in this game. But for now, it looks like WesleySnipes is going to continue with the cannon rush. Hoax going to go with the cannon defense. Defense, cha-cha, defense, cha-cha. This is when you know it is a true Bronze League Heroes game, is it is someone cannon rushing and someone cannon defending. I feel like the cannon is just the universal loved unit by anyone in Bronze League. It does look like this cannon should win this battle, as it did get the first shot off, as long as he can kill it before this cannon spawns. And indeed, he will be able to. This is actually a very close battle right here, because this cannon gets a head start, but this cannon has more HP. Another, is that a pylon? Yeah, another pylon on the way for whatever reason. It looks like this cannon might actually end up winning. It's got to be dangerously close here. Yes, it will end up. So this is the hero cannon over here, killing 2 cannons by himself. Not sure if he's going to be able to kill off everything. All right, Wesley, you can go ahead and stop with the pylons. I think that looking at the minimap right now, there is way too many pylons going on. neither of these players is going to get supply blocked anytime soon. We once again have the cannons back at home for defense. Oh my god, he's even like building in the same location. Is this what this map is all about? This is like weirding me out. I am for sure, no matter what happens in this game, I am 100% uploading this because this is some ghost mystery stuff right here. This is like the new History Channel show. Too soon, guys. But this is like the new History Channel show where they're in a swamp and they're chasing ghosts, and of course they're from the south, and there's an aliens involved. That sounds like a really good history show to me. And also they sell stuff at a pawn shop. Either way, the probes are gonna try and get accurate. They actually managed to trap this probe right there. A huge play by Hoax. Gonna try and kill out the probe. Can he get it so close? He does manage to. He actually kills it up by sacrificing all of those workers. He's still gonna lose the Nexus. But if nothing else, he's scared him. It's not about how effective that was. It is about what is the point of these cannons over here? I guess this is also about sending a message. But it does look at the Nexus. It's going to go ahead and get taken out over here. And keep in mind that Hoax does have enough energy for continued Chrono Boost over here. Actually, this Nexus was at full energy, so could have used the Chrono Boost a long time ago. The pro's got to try and make a mad dash for the expansion. How many of them are actually going to make it? It looks like only 3. As Hoax now is down 10 workers to 22. But at the same time, WesleySnipes has not expanded himself. I don't think he's made any units. Nobody has made an attacking unit right now. We are 9 minutes into a game without a single attacking unit. We finally have Warp Gate on the way. Looks like this cannon over here is going to take out the assimilator. Now, if he ever expands back here, once again, that is a safe location for him. We do have the probe over here. I'm telling you guys, this is the meta on this map, is trying to expand in the corners or trying to scout where your opponent's base is. I think he doesn't realize that there are destructible rocks there, so that a Nexus is never going to actually get thrown down. And we'll see how long it actually takes him to realize that. We had the shield upgrade first. Hoax, I love you. I love you. He is going for the shield upgrade first, which is, I'm telling you, the new meta over here. This is why I love Bronze League Heroes, man. They basically invent the meta. Let's be honest, Koreans only copy them. Now, what is hilarious is that if this probe had survived in here, he would have absolutely won. But now the shield upgrade is done. And guess what? That means that these buildings now have +1 shield, so his cannons are vastly superior. I don't know if that'll ever play a role, but we may have the very first attacking unit at 10 minutes. It's actually past 10 minutes at this point. WesleySnipes going ahead and setting up his own cannon contain again. He's containing the expansion that is contained from the main base with his own cannons. And we do have Hoax over here. He hasn't really thrown out any cannons. This probe is a little bit confused, but you got to remember that Snipes does not have any units until right now, so he's going to try and throw down just a couple of Zealots here to take out this pylon, and that should be enough to go ahead and expand right there. But we do have 14 workers now on the minerals up here. Overall workers is 28 to 15. The main thing is, though, is that no one is really making any workers. Where are these probes going? Where are these probes going? What are you doing, probes? You do not want to go over there, as they do start to get taken out. We have the probe also managing to place a cannon here at the base of the ramp. That will be in range of the Cybernetics Core. We'll see if Hoax can actually recover from this, but it does look at the Zealots up here. Got to be delaying this cannon rush right now, and the cannon on the left side actually get bunches of shots off, as 3 Zealots versus 2 cannons. I'm actually not sure on the math on that. Well, when they attack the pylon, they definitely aren't able to kill it, and not going to be able to kill either of these cannons, actually. So these pylons are not, well, that pylon's not going to go down. My life for ire! God, I love Bronze League Heroes Zealots. Why are Bronze League Zealots just really the best unit in the entire game? They are so broken. I need to call up David Canby and be like, David, look, Bronze League Zealots are way OP. They definitely need a nerf. They don't die nearly quickly enough. But at this point in the game, we're actually seeing Hoax go for a ridiculous amount of pylons as well as his own. This isn't even a cannon contain. It's more like a cannon creep. He's just slowly inching his way forward. Completely spotted by the Mothership Core, by the way. It's seeing exactly what's going on while it floats as a big orb up there. And he is going to put a cannon right there. Putting it a little bit further might have been better, but that is going to be in range of all of these buildings down here. And I don't know if there's any way that Hoax can actually deal with that cannon on the high ground. He does need to be making some stuff, though, as not making stuff is really hurting him here. But this just reminds me of like the PvP version of the last game, which were sent to me at completely different times, and I hadn't even uploaded either. Oh my god, he's got to expand. I am so weirded out right now. Like, I'm actually getting a little bit uncomfortable in this cast, and that does not happen to me quite often, but I just feel like by the power of WesleySnipes and Hoax that this game is so similar to the last one that maybe this game is a hoax. Maybe it's all for just trying to freak me out. I think that is definitely an option. Oh my god, it's 2 cannons up there, because why? Why build one cannon when you always have the option of building two? That's what he's saying right there. WesleySnipes is going to go for the shield upgrade as well, as the cannons are apparently the way to go in this game. One thing you could actually do is start attacking these rocks here with those cannons. But really, there's like a 5,000 things that you could have done better by now. So I feel like, you know what? We're just going to let Wesley do what Wesley wants. And I love the mimicking of the shield upgrade. And the actually, looks like the next over here is spotted by WesleySnipes. He's going to go ahead and drop that down, a pylon right there to go ahead and cannon rush that. We'll see if this can actually get delayed or not. I mean, we do have a Stargate on the way, which is, again, so similar to that last game. I'm having major deja vu right now, but I looked at their match history, and I'm pretty sure they're not friends. I think this is, like, actually a legit game, as WesleySnipes has maxed out his Protoss level. He is level 30 as Protoss, and apparently has rallied workers all the way across the map. So now there is 3 up there. We do have the double cannon and double pylon over here to kill us off, which is actually 500 minerals, so that's not even cost-effective on killing that Nexus. We do have the Cybernetics core going to get taken out. Bring in the Mothership core over here. Actually not that bad of a bet. But what can Hoax actually do at this point? I love how there's no cannons in the main base of WesleySnipes. So we'll see if a unit actually gets produced here at the Stargate. I feel like this is enough cannons. I feel like the entire battalion. I always say battalion instead of platoon. But we're going to go with battalion. It should be battalion, but hey, battalion it's a combination of a platoon and a battalion. But either way, it does look like the next is going to go down. He dropped another cannon, so that is even making it less cost efficient. Supplies overall, though, are 52 to 140. We do have yet another Nexus on the way. Where is this one actually going down? In the bottom right side, I feel like... Really? Really? Is he actually doing this, or is this just like a big hoax overall? I feel like maybe we got map hacks going on. Maybe we have a severe lack of APM going on. Maybe this is just the weirdest replay I think I've ever seen. This one does get spotted down here. More pylons are going to be on the way. I mean, maybe he is actually just worried about expansions, because he has kind of scouted a lot of different locations over here. I mean, he's got a pylon up there. He scouted this. Then he came down here and scouted that as well. He did cancel it as well, so that's even more money wasted, as WesleySnipes has 148 usable supply. He's only used 58 of it, though. Although I don't know if that's worse than Hoax, who's at 19 out of 98. He needs to make a unit out of this Stargate. The Stargate was actually brilliant, but the problem is that if he starts going up against Extended Thermal Lance Colossus, the Colossus can kill the cannons out of range. Oh my god, there are 5 probes. Now, where are these probes coming from? Okay, that probe is rallied down there. That one is rallied all the way across the map. So we have like 6 probes up here now for WesleySnipes, and I guess, you know, maybe that's his army. Maybe the fact that he has no units. Hoax has still not made any units. Finally going to be upgrading his warp gate right here, and as soon as it gets upgraded, a cannon starts to attack it, of course. But we do have a Void Ray now on the way. We'll see if this Void Ray does anything productive, because it could actually go in here and kill off all of these probes. There's no anti-air. I'm not even confident that WesleySnipes knows how to warp in Stalkers yet. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. It looks like the warp gate here will eventually get taken out, though. There's going to be the first Void Ray, and this is, I feel like lately the Bronze League Hero games have been like true Bronze League level games. So that's exactly what we're seeing here. Is more cannons are on the way. Oh my god. Oh my god, they had the exact same amount of cannons, 22 to 21. WesleySnipes does have his expansion up and running right now. We don't have any Nexus on the way anywhere. And Hoax does lose his gateway here, which I think was his only one. As, yes, it was. We can't build any of those tech structures at all. He does have another Void Ray on the way. We'll see if this Void Ray actually manages to do anything. It just needs to make sure not to fly into the cannons down there, because we'll get taken out. This Forge has got to go down. What is Hoax going to do? Maybe this will force Hoax into making more stuff as opposed to just cannons right now, because he's currently down by a lot. And I'm not talking about just cannons, the supply as well, 29 to 70. I mean, there's really no anti-air over here for Hoax, so I feel like the Void Ray could kill this off. It's just you got to watch out for those cannons, of course. So we'll see if Double Void is the way to go. There are cannons over there, Hoax, though, so don't fall for it. It's a trap. He's got to try and take down the Colossus here. Not sure that's actually going to happen, as those cannons right there scared away, one shot away from actually killing off that Void Ray, which was a total fatty rhyme right there, guys. I should write songs about StarCraft or something. Nah, that'll never happen. But either way, third base is going to be on the way here for WesleySnipes, and I kind of want to see something. If I go to WesleySnipes, I'm taking a look at your view, buddy. I'm watching you to see what you're up to over here, as he does go ahead and grab his expansion right there. And he's trying to grab the watchtower as well. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. And he is going to be warping in stalkers here. He has figured out how to make anti-air. We are all very proud of him right there. And really, I might as well just stay on this point of view because you can see the production tab and you can see exactly what's going on anyways. And you can also see this sweet APM that is taking place right now. But we do have the 4 stalkers, the 2 cannons, and the 1 Colossus here. And I gotta say, like, this is what you do like the very first time you play StarCraft. You just try and figure out exactly what to do. Watch out, though. Void Rays are here. I don't think he was actually able to kill off any of those Void Rays, right? Yes, they are still alive. That prismatic alignment trying to scare WesleySnipes. I think that he was a little bit scared. The Void Rays are up to 1 kill, but that is it. Did they get the Colossus? They actually killed off. I really wasn't paying attention. Yes, they did. And the APM now at a blistering 0-0 for both of these players. So they are trying to decide what exactly should we do. And I gotta say that you should make units. That is kind of the name of the game. Now, I will say that how many cannons are in this game so far? 23 cannons apiece. More cannons are going to be on the way for Hoax. And we do have a Warp Prism out right now. We'll see if WesleySnipes actually knows how to use this. I think he will. I think he's got the right idea here with his Warp Prism. So we'll see if he can actually activate it and warp in those units, as we do have Stalkers going to be warping in right now. So kind of curious to see exactly how this one pans out. As the Warp Prism, boop, there it is. Does he load up units inside? Does he manually load them up inside? That's the real question. As we're going to wait to see exactly what that Warp Prism does. Or is he going to, instead of loading them up, is he going to go warp in units, which is really what they are designed to do. Lots of Stalkers on the way, but I mean, Void Rays basically counter Stalkers, especially now that there is a second Stargate. Keep in mind this has all been off of 1 base, and he has since expanded his cannons outwardly so much that he can't even expand at this location anymore. So he's got to find a base, a good place to hunker down, move in. But if you take a look at the mini-map, this is just the most silly thing I've ever seen. All right, Hoax, we need to have an intervention. You are addicted to crystal cannons, and you've been taking them your entire life. We have got to get you off of these cannons. We've got to get you back onto gateways, and we've got to get you back onto Stargate units, back onto robotics units, because this cannon addiction is tearing your family apart. Trust me. Trust me on that one. But either way, we do have the Void Ray's going to be chilling out over here. Another Void Ray going to be on the way. He cannot afford a second one. I have a feeling he's just going to wait until he has enough money over there, which that really has me worried that is actually what he's going to be doing. Nope. We'll actually just see right here. Now we're going into the Hoax cam over here, as is 49 supply to 100, but he does have that, what I like to call a Void Ray advantage. What is a Void Ray advantage? Well, you have it when you have Void Rays. So we'll see if those Void Rays actually end up being cost effective or not. I mean, he's got quite a bit. He is chrono boosting out here quite a bit. Keep in mind, I'm still on their visions, so definitely not the proest of level games, but is going to be chrono boosting out these Void Rays right now, and we'll have quite a few that he'll be able to decide exactly what he wants to do with. But he somehow is hovering 700 minerals off of a 25-minute single base. Here come the Void Rays, though. They are going to be able to kill off the cannons right away. Now, what I want to know is where the hell is WesleySnipes, as he has completed that position. There he goes. He does get his Stalkers over here, though. The weakened Void Ray might go down. No, he somehow survives, as that does get out of there now. But either way, that's just so many Stalkers. This might actually just be enough Stalkers to win the game. In fact, I know it's enough Stalkers to win the game. We'll see if it actually does win the game, though. That is a completely different story here in Bronze Heroes. It's like, just because he has what he needs. Oh my god, he's finally going to go for the cannon on the high ground. Has that probe been up here the whole time? Or no, he brought a probe on a Warp Prism. He's not even going to make any units. He's got a cannon rush this base at 25 minutes over here. And I don't know if these guys realize that you can't make units. I mean, that is just something you guys should know about. It does think the cybernetics are going to take it out. The most APM we've seen is WesleySnipes trying to decide which angle to engage at. No, those Void Rays actually had the perfect engagement there. I think actually attacking right there would have been for the better. But I think he wants to wait for that prismatic alignment as long as he possibly can. Is WesleySnipes going to drop the cannon on the high ground, though? I think the answer is maybe in 20 minutes. When he reminds himself that, oh, I should probably do that. But look at the contain. This is like the hardest cannon contain I've ever seen. There are cannons everywhere. There's no escape unless you kill these rocks right here and try and just make a mad dash for it across there. But not sure if we're going to be seeing that or not. And instead, we're just going to be seeing Void Rays, Void Rays. Gotta mess up my Void Rays. And here we go for his back alignment being activated there. Has to be careful. I mean, the Void Rays aren't really dying. He's basically just poking in there with his back alignment. Got to be able to kill off a pylon. Resources lost is looking absolutely hilarious here, as they haven't actually lost that much. As, I mean, what can you lose when all you're doing is making cannons to try and kill other cannons? And it does look at WesleySnipes. Did he lose that probe? Where'd that probe go? There he goes. He had to rebuild his forge. Of course, he builds it in his opponent's base. Cannons are on the way. 3 to be exact, as both these players do have way too much money in the bank. And really, it's got to come down to these Void Rays. I believe they have to do lots of damage or come up here and, why aren't they clearing out these cannons? Pro tip of the day! If you have an army size of 54 and it's primarily just Void Rays and 1 Stalker, you should probably be active with those Void Rays. That is all I'm saying. I'm sticking to it. And it does look like Hoax right now is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's got to make sure to save up enough money to be able to expand right now. Does he transfer his probes away, or are they just going to continue to take tons of damage up here? It looks like they are actually going to be dying off, but the Void Ray's got to be moving in. We'll see if they can actually make anything happen here, but in one of the most ridiculous Bronze League heroes, I mean, the last one is pretty ridiculous, but this one is even more. I mean, how do you top 26 cannons apiece? There are over 50 cannons on this map alone, let alone any extra ones that have actually been built. We do have more gateways going to be on the way. He realizes that, you know what, I should probably spend my money. Void Rays over here, I'm not exactly sure what they should be doing. I mean, can they kill off this army? I honestly don't know. The Void Rays do have +1/+1. He does go for the pylon there. Still not really losing any of his Void Rays, but not really gaining a whole lot from it either. Does kill off Stalkers. He can kill these Stalkers super fast. I'm not sure if he actually has enough of the Void Rays right now. We are about to find out. The upgrade advantage definitely going to be going to the Void Rays. They decide to retreat. That was going to be a little bit too close of a battle, especially with the defender's advantage of being able to warp in those units. But I gotta say that Hoax is actually mining basically nothing. He is less than 100 minerals per minute overall, as these probes are just mining off of this 1 mineral patch, which I think kind of shows you the simple math of that. It's about 100 minerals per minute per mineral patch, as those 2 probes right there are moving back and forth. They do have to watch out for the cannons, and I honestly think that Hoax, he can't really spend any more money. He needs to throw down an expansion, and if he keeps spending money, I don't know if he's actually going to have enough mineral patches here to be able to build a Nexus. I really hope for his sake that he cancels something, or he just tries to win with these Void Rays, I guess, as he is running out of options right now. He's got to figure it out. Here's a bunch of Zealots. Got to be attacking the cannons. That's not going to do anything. No, they're actually going to be going and attacking somewhere else. I would have loved to see those Bronze League Zealots just massacre themselves, because really that is all they are actually good for. The Void Rays now finally moving along the left edge right here. Not sure if there's a whole lot they can do. I think they can win that battle, especially with the upgrade advantage and the prismatic alignment. And where are the Zealots at? Where'd they go? Where are those Zealots hanging out at? They're actually going to be killing off rocks. They're wondering, is there actually a base up here? Maybe they saw the last game and are like, I'm actually kind of worried about the fact that there may be a base over there. And the Void Rays should probably just engage here, but I don't know if they're going to win this battle. It looks like they might. The prismatic alignment just eating up all the Stalkers. Hoax doesn't need money. He's going to be evening up in supply in a big way, going straight for the warp gates. Actually decides to go for the pylon. He might cancel the warp in. He does. Not only did he cancel the warp in, but also now the gateways are unpowered, so no units are going to be warping in anytime soon. All of a sudden, WesleySnipes in a lot of trouble. He does have 5 gateways over here, which are still powered. That is not enough to actually be able to kill this off, and I gotta say that even though Hoax is not doing any mining at all, he actually cannot expand. He's got lots of Void Rays, man. He has got that swagger as he's trying to win with so little. Which I feel like swagger is actually a great way to describe that. Trying to win with so little. But it does look at the Void Rays here. Going to be able to take out all these warp gates. However, this is going to be giving WesleySnipes a time to recover his acting career, a time to dust himself off and get back in the game. This base over here, though, is completely susceptible to a Void Ray attack. And gonna be shooting lots of lasers, I assume, over to the right side, which would be honestly the most logical thing to do, although really logic should go out the window. So he's gonna be going for these unpowered buildings up here. I mean, either way, he is killing out the infrastructure and forcing. Oh, those probes did have time to escape as well. That is so many probes here. 46 probes out of the recommended 24, which tells me something about how that is not going to work. It does look at the Void Rays, though, are continuing to push forward, and bloop, there goes that. And looks like the next is going to get taken out as well. Prismatic alignment going to be helping out in that way. 7 gateways are on the way, though. And there is a lot of money in the bank for WesleySnipes at this point in the game. And remember that Hoax does have money, or does have probes that he could use to get more money to expand. But I think he's just going to try and win these Void Rays right now. This could not have been the a more Bronze League-y game. Number 1, we had a cannon rush. Number 2, we had a cannon contain. Then we had another cannon rush. Then we had an extended cannon contain. Then we had the proxy Void Rays established. Really, this is what I feel like Bronze League heroes should be all about, and really I feel like is what Bronze League is all about. It doesn't look like the Void Rays right now just going to be eating up these Stalkers. Now, there is no longer an upgrade advantage, There are 10 warp gates on the way. He's just dropping them down here in the center as well, as this game a little bit out of control. Those probes is getting absolutely destroyed. That is so many probes. Look at this number dropping all the way down. Is it going to be 0? It's going to be pretty darn low. Oh my god, they might actually be tied in workers. All of a sudden, Hoax has the worker advantage, 7-6, losing almost every single worker in this game. Overall workers killed 58-30. Resources lost here is absolutely out of control. Void Ray's very strong unit, IMO, as it does look like Hoax got trying over the victory. He's actually got a supply advantage. He still has no income. Actually, I think both these players have no income, so this is not looking very good for WesleySnipes. That might actually be it, as Hoax is going to be able to lock this down, kill off this base. WesleySnipes cannot be happy about this. He cannot be happy about it at all, although he could try and force a base race, but the mass cannon is actually going to help defend himself. There's nothing that can outrange that on the board right now, so the Void Race is going to town over here. I mean, you can try and warp in a bunch of Stalkers if you want, but that is all you get. What you see is what you get, and what you get is, well, it is 8 Stalkers, a Warp Prism, and a Mothership Core, which has been MIA for basically this entire game. There he is. He's finally actually going to go ahead and move it on over. Maybe try and bait the Stalker over, which is exactly what he's going to try and do. There you go. Bring that Mothership Core on back. And does the Stalker chase it down? Yes, it does. Is going to get destroyed. So that was a slight victory for him there. At least he's got that to go back home and tell the family. But for now, the amount of Stalkers on the field is just not nearly enough to be able to sustain the amount of anti-air that he actually needs. Although they are in the move command. They are in the move command, and one will go down. The other ones are super low. I mean super low. If they get sent on the move command again, then they could die, but that's not going to happen. WesleySnipes was defeated. And you know what? This actually, in all honesty, was not the best game, but I'm going to upload it anyways, just because of how hilariously close and similar this game actually was to the last one. As I don't judge Bronze League Heroes, the series, based on this game alone, but the game was too hilarious. Plus, it had WesleySnipes, man. How can you say no to WesleySnipes? But the fact of the matter is that that game was hilarious. I don't know what it was up with those cannons. I mean, going for a cannon rush is a completely legitimate strategy, but just make sure that you know how to make stuff other than cannons. So that is my pro tip of the day. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.